UK estate agents, we talk a lot about using video ads on social media, but how do you actually measure how effective these videos are? And most importantly, how can we tell what improvements we need to make to get more people to watch the videos, therefore resulting in more leads and eventually more clients? Now, I'm going to walk you through my case studies ads manager, Mark, who is an estate agent currently working with us to get these videos out for his estate agency. And I'm also going to show you what it looks like to set up these columns. Because while yes, you can figure out how effective your videos are by doing the math, I like to just set it up so Facebook tells me directly how effective my ads are being, and then I just measure it against, what I know to be a good video ad. And so for a good video ad, we want to check that 3 things are working. First of all, that it's capturing people's attention at the very beginning, when people are scrolling through their Facebook or Instagram newsfeed, or their YouTube, if we're doing YouTube, and they're scrolling through, and that they're actually stopping to watch your video. Now, we want this to be as high as possible. We want to capture the most attention possible of people scrolling through, and the minimum we look for a good ad is 40%. So 2 out of every 5 people stopping. Now, we've got to account that at the beginning, not everyone's going to be a homeowner who's interested in property, per se, but you'll want to capture as many people's attention as possible so that you can bring more people who are interested in property to watch the full video. The second thing we look for is getting people to watch at least 15 seconds. So getting people to at least understand the topic of the video, which is something we teach in all of our videos, to explain what they're going to learn in the rest of the video, because nobody's going to watch a 5-minute video to figure out why they should watch a 5-minute video, right? And then the final thing we look for is to see how much it costs to get someone to watch 25% or more of this video, because the way the strategy works is that you take everyone who's watched a certain amount of your video as they are qualified, and then that allows you to reach out to them again and again. It turns them into your leads for a very low cost. And so instead of doing this by hand manually, for example, going to video engagement, figuring out how many people watched it for 3 seconds, how many people watched it for 15 seconds, and so on, out of everything, with a calculator in hand, right? I'm actually going to do what I've done in our own ads manager here for our 3 to 5 minute videos, and I'm going to set up some columns that just tell me exactly what I need to know. So exactly how many people stopped and watched the video for 3 seconds, exactly how many people stopped and watched the video for 15 seconds, and how much it cost me to get a video lead from my ad. And then I'll measure that against what I know to be a good ad, the KPIs, or key performance indicators. And so I'm going to show you how I set this up for Mark. So what we want to do is we want to come to the ads manager here, and at the start it will show you all your campaigns, or nothing if you have none. And we'll want to go to the middle here to these 3 big black bars that are vertical, and we want to go down to where it says customize columns. What we're going to do is we're going to set our own columns so Facebook tells us exactly what we need to know about our ads. Because there's a ton of information that Facebook can tell us, because Facebook tracks everything that goes on with your ad that's inside the Facebook platform. It can actually tell us what we need to know to make better videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of what I don't need to track here. So for example, actions, I don't need actions. I don't need 2-second video plays. I don't need a list of 3-second video plays. Through plays, just as a note, is 15-second videos. That is what Facebook calls their 15-second videos. I don't need to know reach. Amount spent is good to know. I don't need to know about 50%, 75%. 95% is good to know, because that tells you how many people have watched all the way through. But this is what we want to know. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on Create Custom Metric. What this is going to do is it's going to allow me to put in a little maths thing that's going to just do the maths for me every single time I look at my ad. This is really simple. You just have to follow the way I set these up. Now, the first measurement or KPI I track is what I call the hook rate. So I write in hook rate in the name. I go to the right here and select it as a percentage, because we want to see how many people have watched it for 3 seconds out of all the times that this ad has been shown, which is what is called impressions. One impression is just your ad showing up once in somebody else's device. And then we're going to go to formula here. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in 3. It's going to come up with metric 3-second video plays. You're going to click that. Click the divided by button up here at the top, and then we're going to type in IMP and click impressions. So it's going to divide all the 3-second video plays by the total amount of times that the video has been shown. And then we click Create Metric. And so now there is a hook rate here that you can access. Now, one thing to note, and I didn't do this just now, you want to create your custom metrics first and set up your list of columns later, as I've just noticed. So let's go click custom metric again, and this time we're going to create the second number or KPI, which is the hold rate. This is another percentage format, so we go and select percentage, and this is the amount of people who watched your video for 15 seconds divided by the total amount of times that the video was shown, aka impressions. So, if we type in TH, it will show us metric through plays. And then we click divided by, and then we select IMP, and it comes up with impressions. And this is what we want to show. Now, if you have a team or other people who work in your ads manager, you can click the who can access this drop down box and click everyone with access to this business. And then we click create metric, and it will show up in this list below. Now, if you hover over these little custom metrics, it will show you how it calculates them. And so now that I have the hook rate and the hold rate, I could click these and add them to my column. But we want to create one more custom metric, and that is the cost per 25% video view. I'm going to call it cost per 25% video view. Let's keep it simple. Just explain exactly what it is. Now, for this format, we go to the right and we want to select currency, because we're measuring how much it costs to get our video leads. Now, we want this to be under £1 for our ad, but in this case we're just going to use the calculation, which is, if you type in AMO and select amount spent, and we want to divide the amount spent by 20, if you type in 25, it will show you video plays at 25%. Select everyone with access to this business and then create metric. Now, I've got a couple of duplicates here and I will sort those out later, but for now let's set up our column. So no actions, no 2 seconds, no 3 seconds, no through plays, because we only want to focus on our metrics that we know are important for our ad. We want to keep video plays at 25%. I will also keep video plays at 95% because I find it's very useful for another type of video, which I will show you later. But we are going to select the hook rate we created, the hold rate we created, and the cost per 25% video view. And I'm just going to use the little 6 dots here to move them to where I want them to be in the columns. And basically this goes from left all the way down, and it actually places them on the right. The final thing you want to do is you want to click on the bottom left of this little page and click Save as Preset. And I like to call it Power Content Video KPIs, or something like that. Something that tells you that you're looking at your video results. And then at the end you click Apply, and now you can see here it will say Columns, Power Content Video KPIs, and now this lets you measure the results of your video ads at a glance. Now, this is the progress of Mark's ads so far. It has spent £3. This video is on for £5 a day, and this hasn't had enough time to test. But what I will show you is what we want to look for when this ad is fully tested, which usually takes maybe about 7 days. So what we do is we have a 7-day testing cycle where we publish an ad and then go set up our other ads, and in the meantime this ad will go out, it will get leads for us, but once it reaches 5,000 impressions, as you can see it has about 619 impressions so far. Once that number reaches 5,000, we can accurately judge the results of the video. But let me just show you what we are looking for exactly here. Now, when it comes to our hook rate, we want this hook rate to be 40% or above. That just means that people are stopping in the newsfeed and having a look at your video, which is perfect at the moment, but we'll see as time goes on whether this ad holds up. The next is the hold rate. Now, we want this hold rate to be above 8%. And again, at the moment, it's almost 15%, which is really, really good, but we want to make sure that this holds up, which is why we only have a look at our ads results after a week has gone past. These videos can be consistent. You can run these for months and months. They are able to be run long term to get leads for you without even having to make any changes. And ultimately the goal is to have an ecosystem that works for you so that you don't have to do all this social media stuff and everyone gets to know, like, and trust you as an estate agent. Let's wrap this up with the cost per 25% video view. Now here, we want to make sure that this is under £1 because these are your leads and your video leads, and we want to get as many video leads in as possible so you can send more videos to them, and then they get to know you, like you, and trust you. You can be everywhere in front of them on their devices, and that will make you the go-to estate agent for these people in your list of video view leads. And so the cost at the moment is 26p per video lead, which is really good. But as I say, we are going to check this in 7 days, and then we'll see the results of this particular video ad. Alright, that is the explanation of how you set up your KPIs, or key performance indicators, for your video views, what you're looking for exactly for your video results, and then almost the objective of what this video is meant to do, right? Okay, so I hope this video helped, and let me know.